Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Precious and this is Precious Reads. Okay, so this is my September wrap up. September, I read like 7 books. Yeah, I read exactly 7 books, and mainly because I was working, new position, getting ready for like my new role, so that took priority. But I did have some time to listen to some audiobooks. Most of these I listened to on audiobooks and didn't physically read. So anyway, let's get into it. So I read the Broken Bonds series, like the first 3 books in the Broken Bonds. I think it's going to be like, I'm gonna say series because book 6 is coming out now. Oh my god. So I read book 1 to 3. It's available on Scribd, it's available on Kindle Unlimited. You can also get it on Audible. But these 3 books we follow, it is a reverse harem or a white shoes romance where we follow a girl named Ollie. In this world, people make bonds with other people or other magical creatures. Yeah, it's like a dystopian world. People are shifters. They have really different abilities. And Ollie has like a very mysterious, even in book 3, I'm not quite sure what it is, but they call her a soul render. She's able to, I don't know if it's a spoiler if I tell you what she can do, but it's a very different magical ability that not a lot of people have, but Ollie has it. It kind of scares a lot of people, and some people want to take over this power to control it, and also to control her bonds, the people that she's like mated with or meant to be with. And so when she's young, she finds out who her bonds are. She runs away to protect them. This they do not know until they capture her or find her again. And it's just going through the different relationships that she has with them. She has like, I think there's 5 of them. Knox is my favorite. Who else is my favorite? There's quite a few. There's 5 of them. They all have different relationships with Ollie. There is no sword crossing as yet, but yeah, she has relations with each of them and needs to be close to them at all times in order to keep her bond satiated. What I loved about this book was that the bond itself was like a separate entity within her that also had its own chapters and spoke to us, and also spoke to Knox's bond because I think they have something similar. But yeah, I totally get the hype. I rated all of them. I think I rated the first one I didn't like that much. I was like, okay, why is this popular? But the second and the third, I love them, and I think it's going to get even better with more books. It has all the tropes: forced proximity, enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, you know, these dark brooding, some of them are dark and brooding and some of them aren't. And she's like this you know, quick-witted, fast-mouthed character, which I love. She's not like a wilting wallflower. She's like into the action, and when her bond takes over the darkness, I love that character a lot more. So yeah, it's totally worth the hype, and I can't wait to read the rest of the books. I'm just pacing myself now because hello, is the 6th book the final book, or are there going to be more? Because it's gonna suck if I finish these, because there's always a little cliffhanger at the end of each of them. The ending of book 3, I was shocked. Okay, the next book that I read was a manga, 7 Days by Rihito Takahara. This was a reread. I read it a couple of years ago, and it is a BL, a high school. So yeah, it's a BL high school romance basically. So our popular protagonist's name is Toji, and he sort of dates girls for 7 days at high school because everybody's like infatuated with him. He's this popular guy in school. He's attractive. I think comes from a wealthy family as well. So girls just want to have this experience with him. They don't really know anything about him. They just know that, yeah, they need to get their chance. And we meet Shino, who's just a regular guy, but who hasn't really dated, and he's sort of on the sidelines watching this whole fiasco with Toji and the girls, and he kind of feels sorry for him. So one day he suggests to him, you know what, why don't you date me for 7 days, like, you know, give you a break from all of this. And he just did it backhandedly, but Toji takes it seriously, and the next day, or not the same day, shows up at his class, and he like invites him to lunch, and he invites him to like walk home together. And it was kind of cute, their little evolving romance. It was really, really sweet. I loved it, and I hope there's more, because I was looking and it seems to be like Thursday to Friday and then Friday to whatever, so there might be more books. So I'm gonna look into that one. It was pretty cute. And then I read the most anticipated book of September, which was Mercy by Sarah Kate. Beau and Maggie. Beau and Maggie. Like, Sarah Kate like does no wrong. She does not wrong. So this is a age gap, first of all, where the female is older than the male character, and it's a dom sub relationship, and Maggie's the dom. Like, I did not like Beau like from the first book when he had issue with like the club, but I loved how she put that into the storyline, where now Beau is sort of defending his dad and the club, and like, because you know Maggie's also an owner and he's kind of seen the lights about what this club means, what Salacious Players Club is about, because it also offers him the opportunity to explore his kink. I loved it. I loved it. I didn't think I was gonna like this because I saw some mixed reviews about it, but then I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. So it's just, and to know that there are more books coming out in the series. Oh yes, if you're into the Salacious Players Club and you love the current covers, get them, because apparently by October 25th, if I'm recollecting correctly, there won't be any of the covers that I love. These covers with the men on it, they're, because it's been picked up by a publishing company, and I guess, you know, yeah, whatever. Get them before they're sold. All right. Then I read Four Psychos by Christine Cunning. I've had this on my like to be read on Goodreads for a very long time, and I did try to read it a while ago, and I was like, what is going on? So I tried to pick it up again. So we meet a girl. She is like a ghost. She's not quite sure actually as well what she is. She doesn't know her name. She has no memory of her previous history, of her previous past, but she knows that she's attracted to these like four guys and she lives with them in their house. She's basically like stalking them or haunting them, and she gives them numbers as names. That's so like that's so me. I cannot remember people's names, but the thing is, she doesn't know these people's names, so she just gives them 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's 4 guys, and she sort of watches them. She watches them with other people. She watches what they do. She knows that they're not human, but they can't see her until a fateful event, and then that pushes her through this like tug of war with the devil, where there's a whole lot of manipulation in the underworld, and they have like a sort of a Reaper type personality. They may be Reapers, but I'm not quite sure. It's a series. This is the first book. I liked it. I love the female character. They call her, they give her a name, McKay or something, but it's not her real name. But the devil's interest in her is very interesting to me. Her just deep attraction for these guys is weird, and her wanting to explore what it means to be human as she sort of gets certain things, as they call it leveling up. Yeah, I know what I said sounds a whole lot of very complicated, but the book in itself, she's learning and we're learning with her. Yeah. That is my wrap up for September. It's only 7 books, but I'm like really, really proud of myself. My workload like increased exponentially, and I was still able to read 7 books. So thank you for watching. If you have any other suggestions or any thoughts on J. Bree's Broken Bond series, share them down below. Like, no spoilers, but J. Bree. And my gosh, Sarah, like, you're an ally to us all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.